Yeah, and it says we're live. Oh, where's the button? Where's it at? It says timer, dumbass. That one. Mabute, Art.
What?
He asked me how I was in Tagalog, and I told him good.
Oh, I see.
Oh my goodness! I was just told. I was just told that someone very dear to us lost someone. So it's going to be. Hang on.
It's going to be.
Wait, what the hell's going on?
I think Chris was on a phone call and didn't realize he wasn't muted, so I muted him so that we wouldn't hear what he was talking about. But I was just told in private chat when we got started, we must have a moment of silence as we have lost one of our fine friends. I was just told that Dono trashed his FPV drone.
Yes.
Oh, so
I saw it.
Okay, should we like bong a bell or something? No. But yeah, I'm sure he'll get another one. So let's see. What was this? It's got 3. What was this? Oh, probably calling me about my eye appointment for Friday. Hello, everybody. Hello. And as you can tell when we started this, that we're going to do upgrades. We're going to be talking about FPV upgrades. You know, when you would upgrade, when you wouldn't upgrade. You know, do you have to upgrade? We're talking about 3D printers. Should you upgrade? Would you upgrade? Could you upgrade? Do you have to upgrade? And if you choose not to upgrade, what is the alternative? So we'll be talking about those and many other things. But to start off with, I wanted to talk about, hang on, let me grab it. Y'all have heard me bash it and bash it and bash it and bash it. But they have finally got their act together, and Cfly has started putting out firmware updates for the Faith 2. And actually everything in the app works now. The exposures, the ISOs. It even has a zoom on it, but, you know, of course, it's a crappy zoom. You know, it's just kind of a gimmicky thing. You can zoom in and notice things. You can like, yes, I can tell there's a ship in the harbor, and that's about it. But, you know, they've really updated everything. The upgrade process itself is a bit of a pain in the butt, but it's worth it considering the difference. Like I uploaded some video and showed it to the guys and everything, and it's night and day from the first time I got it. The bird's much more stable now. And the FPV feed doesn't break up now. So it's still kind of a 420 feed, I guess. So it's pixelated archive, but it stays moving the whole time. You don't actually lose the video at any time. It doesn't freeze up or anything like that. So I've also been told that they're coming out with an updated model here in the very near future at a good price. So if Michael, if you're in the audience somewhere, then you could post a link or something like that. If not, then go check out Drone Supremacy, I believe is his channel, Michael Gonzalez. He has links to purchase not only different covers and shells for it, but you can get ND filters and stuff for it. So it's pretty cool. So go check out, like I said, Drone Supremacy, or if he shows up in the chat sometime tonight, maybe he'll throw up some links and stuff like that. Very cool. And with that being said, I'm going to throw it around the room, see what everybody else has been up to this week. John Cuppi.
Hey guys, what's going on? So I've just finished my Flywoo Explorer video. I've been working with that little guy for quite some time now. It was a heck of an edit. Doing a lot of more cinematic kind of FPV stuff. Really getting into that.
Very cool. So also something else, you've been thinking about getting into 3D printing too, right?
Yes.
But
yes,
what
I have.
what purpose would you have for 3D printing?
Well, yeah, I figured we'd go down that rabbit hole, but basically, you know, they're laughing at the rabbit hole. We love to use that term.
Yeah, we love rabbit holes, don't we? Anything with fur around it, we're in it.
Well, I guess that works.
What?
Oh, okay. So yeah, 3D printing, right? Yeah, so in FPV, you need to 3D print a lot of stuff, or you need to use a lot of 3D printed parts. Whether you're making a mount for a camera, or maybe you're making bumpers to protect your arms. You know, I'm literally sitting in front of 3D printed stuff right here. So 3D printing is just all over in FPV. And my goal is to get a printer that works reliably and works well to print all the little stuff that I want.
Wait. Oh, yes. We'll talk about that. There's something else okay, we can bring that up too. So since we're going around the room, we'll finish that up in a minute.
Yes, big update on
yes. And I'm going to Nemo. What did you do this week, and what are you up to so far?
I have been working and actually flew a few times in the backyard today. Yeah, I know, right? Shocker. And of course, I have been 3D printing like crazy.
3D printing like crazy. Waiting on stacking camera. Oh, okay. We're talking about building again too. Sam's into that building. Cool. Okay.
Sam's top hand.
Chris, what have you been into, sir? I can see you might not be at home.
No, I'm out of town. I've been involved with an audit for the last 2 days. I got another full day to go tomorrow at our other locations. So all on WebEx too, 6-8 hours in front of a computer listening to some guy talk. Yeah. So, anyway,
yeah, got that little button connected to electrodes that you have to go. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I need a good live stream to join during the day so I can break away.
Or at least you could be like, you could mute yourself in the stream and be like, and it would look like you're really participating, you know? They go, but Chris, you're on mute. So anyway, on with the show. And just like you saw,
yes, I've been in the chat.
As you saw, Leonard was discussing earlier the new update on the smart controller. Yes. You know, the update that DJI said they were never going to do to include the Mini 2, which instantly, here's my thing. People instantly went to saying, oh, that means the Mini 3 is imminent. It's going to come right out. Why? Why would that? Because they're trying to sell smart controllers? Obviously, that's what I'm thinking is going on. There's been a huge lull in smart controller sales. So they've tried to think, okay, what are we going to do to boost the sales? Oh, so the Mini 2 got an update also today?
Yes.
I thought the Mini 2 itself, the drone itself got an update.
The Mini itself had a firmware update as well, correct.
Oh, so this is going to make it compatible with the smart controller, I guess. Which I thought it was already.
Yeah, it is. It is from what I read. Yep.
I'm not trying to sell mine. I was trying to sell mine until they added that today, and I was like, oh, nope. So I already told John what I'm going to do is I'm going to rebind it to the Mini 2, and I'm going to bind it to the Mavic 2 Pro, and that's where it'll stay. I'm not going to connect it to anything else. I don't think the Air 2. I think the Air 2S has got too much for it. So, the smart controller in the Mini SE. Anyway, okay, we got to get back on track. We'll talk about this because I have a rant. That I want to say, but I'm saving it for the end of the show because
That's good.
It's not drone related, but it's a hell of a rant. Anyway,
that way, the least amount of viewers will see the rant.
Exactly, and they won't. All the hate will come at the end of the show instead of the first,
exactly.
like usually, you know.
Thank you, Bill's making positive changes to the show.
Yes, there we go. We're trying to do the right thing. Actually, no,
trying to do the show right. Keep the rants at the end.
Adding the rant to the show on a regular basis was not my idea. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. So
Nemo was just trying to sabotage the show.
But no. It's an all around rant. So that's what we could call it, the all around rant. So it's kind of
stay for if you want rants, stay to the end because this is a big one.
So
it's gonna be a hell of a rant.
But no, you're not. The whole point is everybody can rant if they have a rant.
But we usually don't though.
I don't know. We kind of have little rants that we throw out during the night.
Mini rants.
Yeah. We call it a mini rant moment. Okay. And moving right along. Upgrades. Okay. When do you upgrade and when do you not upgrade? Do you upgrade when there's automatically a new model? Do you upgrade only when a motor burns out or a component gives out? Or do you upgrade when there happens to be a new frame that comes out, so you cannibalize something else in order to do it? And then on the other flip of that, with a 3D printer, what kind of printers come ready to print out of the box, as opposed to what printers you would need to update a lot in order to do more things with? You get what I'm saying? Like I've been told that an Ender 3 is kind of a good way to start, but you need to do a lot of upgrades on it in order to print the type of things you would like to print, as opposed to a Prusa printer, which tends to print whatever you would like right out of the box, but it's a little more expensive. So I don't know anything about 3D printing. So we have Nemo here tonight to kind of give us input and, an idea of what's going on. And if we get some luck, Ethan might show up and give us some more input. Chris, do you 3D print?
No, I listen to you guys, or these guys and other guys print. I've actually I've had a couple of guys actually print me some stuff for my FPV drones, some camera mounts.
Okay, Mel's saying they all come out of the box ready to go. But so John, you've done some research, right? On an Ender 3 as opposed to, say, a Prusa.
Yeah.
What have you come up with?
I guess it depends on what is meant by ready to go, right? Because I've seen all sorts of printers that are fully assembled. I've seen printer kits like the Ender 3. I don't know if you can buy a fully assembled Ender 3. Can you, Nemo? Do you know if you can buy one fully assembled? Or is it only a kit?
I have no idea, to be honest.
I just see the
mine came in and it was the whole bottom part of it was, as you can see, there it is right there. The whole bottom part was together. I just had to put on the two uprights and then hook in a bunch of. I had to put the I think it's the X-axis wheels on, all that stuff. But it's got some. It was partially assembled. Yeah, that's the That's the Ender 3 V2.
That makes sense. Yeah, some stuff is partially assembled.
Yeah, the Ender 3 is it's not as, I don't know, as updated as the Ender 3 V2.
Yeah, but for the most part, it's almost like buying, it's sort of like buying a small piece of IKEA furniture. You got to put it together. Probably easier than IKEA furniture.
Some assembly required.
No, so.
Okay, well, here's just since we got like Chris has told me before, and John, I don't really know a whole lot about 3D printing. I don't understand about the materials and stuff. So maybe Gary, since it's been a little while since I know it's been a month or two since we or was it last month? Anyway, my short-term memory. Anyhow, give us kind of an overdraft of the basics of 3D printing. Like, what are the materials called? What kind of materials are there? That kind of thing.
Well, the two that I've used is PLA and TPU.
Right.
TPU is more of that's a flexible filament. That's usually what you see if you buy something from Brain 3D or any of those people like RDQ. Anytime you would order something, is going to be a TPU. And the other stuff, like this, is it's a harder plastic. It doesn't flex. This is PLA.
Right.
And for me, it's been the easiest one to print because my Ender 3 V2 came with a little, like a sample spool. It wasn't even a whole spool, but it came with some white filament that they sent in with you. And that's what I had. So those are the two that I've worked with. There's other stuff. I think I'm going to try some PETG, and I want to try PLA Plus as well.
Okay, here's my question. Will a Prusa printer actually use PLA and TPU, or just will it extrude?
That's a great question.
I would say, yeah. I mean, I'm not familiar with the Prusas at all. I mean, ever since John has mentioned he was thinking about getting one, I've done a little bit of research, but
So I mean, I'll go over this a little bit because the printer that I'm looking at, highly leaning toward, is called the Prusa Mini Plus.
Share.
It has a what?
You got a share screen?
Let me see.
Go ahead and jabber about it while you're looking for it.
Yeah. So in the specifications for the Prusa Mini Plus, let's go over this. We'll try to get this up. My screen just froze. That's fantastic.
My screen just froze. No.
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad.
Geeksvana hacked your system.
Yes, he did. He got me. He doesn't want the show to go on.
Well, you can reboot and be back.
I think I'm totally frozen. We'll see if we can unfreeze. Wow. Yeah, I'm completely frozen. I don't know why the share button just totally killed me. But
it's attacking.
Good question, John.
All right, so thanks, due to Geeksvana, I'm going to have to restart my computer, so I'll be back.
All right.
Thanks, Sean.
Is 3D printing in comparison getting something made? For instance, printing things like keychains rather than ordering them. I guess you could do that. Oh, wow, he froze big time. Look at that.
Is 3D printing in comparison to getting something made? For instance, printing things like keychains rather than ordering them. Well, it depends on what it is. Like, if you have a 3D printer and you find something on Thingiverse, you can print it. So
he was trying to share the wrong screen.
Yeah, there's a block on that, isn't it?
Yeah, StreamYard wouldn't let us show that picture, man. Woo! But it's so funny, man, because he's still in here. He's hung in here. And normally, if he rebooted, it would drop him. See, like, I could pull him out. Oh, there he went. He dropped out finally. That was so funny. Okay, so anyway, I see what I was under the understanding that Prusa maybe only would extrude one type of material. Yeah, I bet you could. I bet you damn well could.
They have a Facebook group. If you guys remember last time, and I shared the picture a guy took of the camera that he had set up. Yep, they do that.
Now he's on his phone. Receive holder from RDQ for $5. Printed the same one for about 15 cents.
Yeah.
Okay. So 15 cents in material or 15 cents in electricity, material, and time?
I would say 15 cents in material.
You're right. So what would your total cost? So still, it's only going to probably cost you about $1.50. So you're still saving a shitload of money.
Oh yeah, and if you fly a lot of FPV and you want stuff made, I mean, all you got to do is find a file and put it on there and print it. That's the good part about it.
Oh, that's cool. We're just like looking at the chat. We're looking at the chat now. Can I 3D print a John Cuppi? That's the best line tonight.
Why would you want to though?
Hey, Stevie, do you 3D print? And Brad, you talk about Brad does some serious printing. Brad does all kinds of printing. He does engraving. He does printing. He does laser etching. I wouldn't be surprised if he hadn't printed a Ferrari.
Did I just hear Nemo say, "Why would you want to 3D print John Cuppi"? Why would
No,
you?
No. That was. Oh, was it?
That was me. I mean, really? Why would you want to print me? Exactly. See?
Well, maybe if you had 200,000 subscribers.
Yeah, good point.
I mean,
I'm not as famous as John. Maybe
who
some people do want to print.
Wait a minute. Yeah, the thing about it is who the hell knows? Maybe if we made a bust of like a caricature of John Cuppi and he put it up on his YouTube channel for sale, it might sell.
You know, I hear the newer iPhones
and
you can actually 3D scan.
He's gonna beat me for this, and then he'd sell enough to come to spin up.
Oh,
oh, here we go.
Cha-ching,
cha-ching.
No, I totally no. I'm kind of looking forward to it, but I'm not great in crowds, so we'll see what happens. They might have to like strap me into a jacket or something somewhere. Shut up, Bill. Okay, I'll just listen to the voices. Anyway,
3D printing, everybody.
We're back to upgrade. We're talking about
upgrades.
Out of the, we were still on out of the box. You were going to show us the Prusa Mini. Will you attempt it again?
I will attempt it again.
What did he just? What? Oh! Yeah, you could do that, couldn't you? You could do that. You could do that.
That'd be creepy.
Yeah.
It would be rather strange. But okay, all right. Somebody's got to do it now. Somebody's got to try to do it. The first one to do it wins. My congratulations.
All right, this time I didn't. We're not freezing this time, so we're
all right. We're good. Yes, good to guess.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, that's not a bad price either. Now, how big is that?
So, this is small. This castle makes it look big, but this is a printer that's just going to pretty much fit on your desk. This is a small printer. It's got a 7x7x7 print area, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So it's not a very large printer, right? Now, you guys were talking about what can it print. Officially, the supported materials are PLA, PETG, ASA, ABS, and Flex. Now,
no TPU.
No TPU. Now, out of the box, I believe the Ender 3 technically doesn't support TPU on the list either. Is that right? Because they're Bowden tube.
No, you can print TPU with a Bowden tube.
You can, but it's not going to be it's not officially supported.
No,
is that the idea?
Don't listen to that crap. I think if you added the right things to it, you could print. You can add little stuff to it. Like that's what I was gonna say. Like there's the Bowden tube from your extruder that goes to your hot end. You get like it's a Capricorn. It's like it's a silicone based like
right here down the bottom. Sam's saying it.
Yeah, Capricorn. Right. Yep.
Right. So that brings into the next part of the thing. I know that this can print TPU. You have to go slow. You do have to go slow, but it can print it. You can do TPU with a Bowden tube. My question is, when you're working with a Bowden tube type print setup, which both the Ender 3, right, and the Prusa just stock are Bowden tube. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah.
Right. So So that's just to put that into perspective here. Both of them are a Bowden tube style or type of print mechanism.
Stock, yes.
What is
Stock.
What is a Boson tube and a Bowden tube? What is a Bowden tube?
I'll let Nemo explain that.
Well, it's like a you have your extruder, which is what moves the filament to the hot end. A Bowden extruder, it runs from an extruder through PTFE tube to your hot end. So basically, it's pushing the filament through a tube. A direct drive, it takes the filament and pulls it down into the PTFE, but on a direct drive, the PTF tube is about that long, and on a Bowden, it's like this long.
So it's not heated up until right at the end.
Right.
Okay.
On either setup, it doesn't get hot until it actually gets in the hot end, and then it starts to melt once it reaches the nozzle, and then it comes out, and then it cools off.
Right. Okay.
So so no matter what, you one is extruded slower, a good bit slower than the other.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what going to direct drive gives you an advantage of. You can print like TPU a whole lot faster, because the problem with a Bowden tube and TPU or any flexible filament is it'll get stuck coming from the extruder into the PTFE tube, and that it'll make it like, it'll bind up, or that's where you run into
like a
problems.
caulking gun or something, man.
Exactly, and it's too. I mean,
that's why going slower. That's why printing slower is better when you're working with a Bowden tube and TPU. Like, we're talking, it might take 5 hours to print, 3 to 5 hours to print something as small as like this. What I have sitting here, this DJI Osmo camera holder for
Osmo Squishy.
The Osmo Squishy, yes. This could take like 3 to 5.
I think those are obsolete. They don't print those anymore. Just kidding.
It's time to upgrade.
There's also another thing. You can make the quality. You have like there's different levels of print which adjust the height level of the layers. So if you go with a smaller layer height, you get more detail, but it's going to take more time. If you go to like less detail, you've got bigger lines, and you can see the lines and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that you do to a STL file before you actually get it in your printer. And you can change all these parameters in the slicer before you actually put it on a card and put it in your printer.
Cura slicer.
Here's the thing. How important is it to have a level bed, and what are the advantages of a self-leveling bed as opposed to one you do yourself?
Well, from my experience, the bed is got to be level with the x-axis, the main extrusion with that your actual hot end goes back and forth on. That has to be level to the bed. Like when you first get it, a lot of people think that the bed's got to be level, like it's got to be sitting level, but that's not the case. The bed could theoretically, it could be completely sideways, and if that axis were level with that particular with the bed, then you could print sideways. But I don't know if you could do that. But as far as
it's all vertical, right, Nemo?
Yeah.
Let me fix this.
It don't do this back and forth. It's straight down.
Well, it goes back and forth. It just
but the nozzle doesn't turn up or sideways, right? It's all straight down. Stuff.
Yeah, it's all straight down. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. And this is Nemo's printer. This is the Ender 3 V2. Tons of people Tons of people have this thing.
See, what else did he ask me?
I don't know.
Auto level.
Thank you, Brett.
The auto leveling, right? That's right. Now I know the Ender 3 doesn't have auto bed leveling that comes with it. However, you can upgrade it. So So
Yes.
tell us about that.
Well, I have not made that jump because I learned real quick like how to level the bed. And I know when I would print, I would watch the print start and I could tell where, okay, this bed's not level, and I would stop it and I would adjust it. So now I've got it down pretty good. But from what I understand, talking to Ethan, the self level is basically the probe goes around and checks for the different spots on the bed.
That's
And
the
I think
BL Touch mod, right? It
yeah,
touches the spot on the bed,
yeah.
right?
Well, I think all of them work the same, pretty much the same. But it it'll make a note of everywhere that it touches, and it will, as it prints, it will adjust to make sure that it's all good to go. So you do have to level some on a Ender 3 V2 with the BL Touch, but I think that that just makes the hot end print to the bed, if that makes any sense.
It does make sense. It does. If your bed is not level, it's actually, what's the worst thing that can happen? Tell people what the worst thing that can happen is if your bed is not level, because it's not good, right?
Well, if your bed is too low, then that's something that you can you'll catch it right off. But if your nozzle is too low, it can actually scrape up the glass of like a glass bed. Like mine had some glass on it, but it's kind of smoothed out now. But it'll put like little marks on it, and you can tell as it's printing. You can see, okay, well, the nozzle is going around, but there's nothing on the bed. It's just going around like it's printing, and you're like, man, this ain't right. And you just kind of pick up on it, and you're like, okay, well, I need to adjust this a little bit. And then you stop and do your thing again. But for me, I think leveling a bed is like super easy. It seems like that's one of the biggest things that people struggle with, is to get a level bed. So, and from what I understand, the Prusa Mini, you cannot adjust the level of the bed. It is fixed. So when it probes to, if you've got some kind of, man, I tell you, I can always count on Sean for a good laugh.
I know, right?
Better watch out.
I mean, every day, every time I come on, even when I'm in the chat, it's just, it's
Cuppi's
great.
gonna get jealous, man.
I know, right?
Hey, Steve, what's up? Hey, man, going on? We're talking about printers. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, straight out of the box, could you print, say, half size Iron Man helmet with an Ender 3?
Could you?
Straight out of the box, could you sprint, like, say, a half size on straight out of the box, no upgrades at all? And same question for a Prusa Mini. We'll say whatever because I know Prusa Mini's small, but I'm just kind of curious. Could you do something that complex right out of the box without doing a whole bunch of stuff?
I would say both of them could, yeah. Easy. I mean,
wait. Okay, go on.
I don't think they both. Either one has more. It's not. It's just kind of like you got to pick your poison. I mean, we joke with John about Prusa, because Ethan and we're running the Enders, but I mean,
Ethan's got a business, man. So
yeah,
it could potentially be better because it's run repetitively so many times. And once you get it dialed in, of course, you're not going to want to switch to a different printer once you've got it laid out and set to run on that style printer. So he really can't switch. Where I understand you like the Ender 3, but you technically could try out some other stuff if you wanted to. But Ethan's he's got to improve on that base setup because he's running a business out of it.
But see, that's
right.
The thing. As far as the Ender, the 3 series, that it's so easy to upgrade them. It's like insane. I mean, Mine right now, I've got like a all metal hot end and a direct drive kit from Micro Swiss that is going to make it like a little beast. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, but okay, right here and right now. All right, shift the camera over there. Shift the camera over there. Let us see. How much do you have in your print setup right now?
All right, let me see. I think I paid $260 something for the printer.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Wise camera. That's like $30, but that's like to monitor it when I'm not here.
Yeah, that doesn't really.
Yeah. I have printed everything else. The lights they were from Amazon. I think they were like $10. And I bought a light for the hot end from printermods.com. And everything else I've printed on the printer itself.
Okay, and that's what you've updated with it. Okay.
Yeah, but I do have, like I said, I have that direct drive and all metal hot end coming. And that
How
was
much more is that?
That was $64.
So what? $350, $400, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure.
I mean, is that what it sounds like? What do you tell me? Wait a minute.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't counting up in my head.
Is 3D printing technology moving forward quickly? Would you expect a $2,000 printer to be out of date? Oh yeah, yeah. Of course,
It
now
does seem to be moving quickly.
I'm not so sure about that new Prusa printer being out of date in a year, but within 18 months, I would no doubt. Yeah. I
don't know. I mean, I haven't been in it long enough to know. Like, I know that
Are we done with this?
I guess.
Is that a base system? What all is this? What all is this?
That's exactly what I started with.
Okay.
Yeah, I just had the Ender 3 up. I figured we'd just show what the Ender 3 was, and yeah, there you go. This is what I was looking at too, getting the upgraded 3D printer kit. And by upgraded, that just means that they had a better power supply, and what else? They kind of just solved some of the original issues that happened with the V2.
I think it was like they switched it to a 32-bit silent drivers. Yeah. Like I said.
Right, and now Brad makes a point saying that the Prusa doesn't have the real estate to print large objects. So see, I understand that. I understand that the Prusa does not have real estate to print large objects. Obviously, the print bed on the Ender 3 is much bigger. My thing is, I don't have an interest in printing very large things, and I don't foresee myself having an interest in printing large stuff. I could be wrong, but you know, I guess we might see what happens depending on what printer I decide to get.
Kim in the house, Patrick in the house. Howdy.
With the Enders, like they have like that Ender extender, you can make that thing 400 by 400 by 500, like twice as big. The build plate, like massive.
Right.
And
Right. See, for me, FPV and drones, that is my main hobby. I am trying to get a printer that will. I'm not looking for. This is the way I worded my question when I went to a 3D printing group on Facebook. I said I'm not looking for an absolute no maintenance, no technical knowledge needed printer. That's not what I'm looking for. But I was looking for a more polished experience out of the box, and I didn't mind paying more for that, to have that out of the box, even if it meant having a smaller print area, because like the dream printer is the Prusa MK3, but that costs like $800, right?
Yeah.
The Prusa MK3 is the Ferrari of the printer world, basically. Okay. Oh my god.
What's
Bill? Why don't you have sound effects?
Yeah, we need the Homer. We need you slinking into the bushes. Oh god. Okay. Anyway, what's the liquid one? The liquid one.
Sam is saying that not all TPU is the same. That he only uses Sane Smart. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, Sane Smart is really good stuff. It goes down really good. It's a really good material.
I don't know, man. The way you said that made me wonder. It goes down really good.
Hey, when you start printing, that's actually one of the biggest things.
That's another little rabbit hole thing going on. If it's got fur around it, we're in it.
If it doesn't stick to the bed,
resin printer, is that what he's talking about?
Yeah, I don't know anything about those. I think they're neat though.
Me either. Yeah, they're not. There's the new Prusa that came out just today. The $2,000 one is a resin printer.
Oh yeah, but
that's a resin printer. Yeah,
$2,000, man.
The $2,000 one, yeah, that's a resin printer.
Here's the thing: is the $800 Prusa printer? Does it not have a large enough print area to print larger things?
Oh, it's plenty big. It's a big print area, right, Nemo? I don't know the exact dimensions. We could probably pull
I'm not sure, but you can. Yeah,
I'll pull it up real quick.
But you're just saying that it's too much. You can put it on the same screen, or a different one.
I will put it on.
You'll have to reshare.
No, I don't have to. I can just put it in this tab, I think.
Yep.
So this is the Prusa MK3S kit. This is you put this together yourself for $749, and the print area is what? What's the print size? It's got to be here somewhere.
Yeah, it's got a run-out sensor too.
Are all printers open source?
Okay. So maybe you can explain some of this to us. Run out filament sensor. So we'll get into that because I had a question about filament sensor. But I don't know where the hell can you see the beds? You can obviously see this bed size is pretty friggin' big.
I think it sounds like we need to get Brad on with this.
At some point, yeah, because he's got a big 3D print setup. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm just trying to skim through here. Oh, here we are. Here's the specs. 25 by 21 by 21. So, I mean, we're talking a significant build volume.
So it's centimeters too. So it's
look at all this stuff that it comes with. The MK. I can't afford this. I'm not looking to buy something like this.
Hey, you said price was not an option.
No, I didn't say price was not an object. I said I'm willing to spend a little bit more.
What is this Sunday? What is this Sunday?
Look at that. That's a direct drive.
What is this?
You wouldn't need anything else after that.
What is this Sunday? What is this Sunday?
Father's Day, yeah.
But the crazy thing about that is Father's Day is 3 days before my wife's birthday. So I kind of what do you want for Father's Day?
Kind of no good there.
What do you want for your birthday? Oh, I don't know. So you kind of I can't ask for anything on Father's Day, And have you ever seen, I think it was Lawrence that posted it. The picture of the Mother's Day gift, and it was the Coach handbag and the Chanel perfume, and then Father's Day it was Dad grilling out hot dogs.
No, it was you get a sale on diamond rings and stuff, and then for Dad it's cargo shorts, $5 off.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question here. So the base Prusa Mini, where you were talking about that filament sensor, I can add one to this thing for only $20. If I were to buy this, would you recommend adding a filament sensor, or is that not worth it? I'm trying to figure out if some of these upgrades would even be worth it, because there's a few options here.
I mean, that just basically, if you're not going to be around while it's printing or check on it while it's printing, I think that would be something good to have. But
okay,
yeah,
it's not essential.
No, not at all. That just basically, when the filament runs out, it'll stop, and then you would have to load some up again. I mean, you can do that you can add that to the enders.
John?
They're all...
Brad is telling me to get the filament sensor, but now here's the thing, though, okay? How do I know that I have, if I'm printing from a regular paper printer, I kind of know that I'm going to be able to have enough pages to print what I'm doing. How do I know that I have enough filament to print what I'm doing without a filament sensor? I mean, especially if you're someone like me and you're new and you really don't know how much material you're going to be using.
Because they have, I don't know about in Prusa Slicer, but in what is it? I don't even know what it's called. Cura,
yeah, Cura.
They once you actually slice it, it'll show you the weight of filament that will be required to make that print. Okay. It doesn't go. It doesn't. I think it might have length on there. I'm not sure, but it'll tell you it's like it goes in like, okay, this is going to cost 27 grams of material, and you can kind of look at your one of the big spools, because that's 1 kilogram, and you can kind of be all right, I think I'll be good on that. That's okay. Yeah.
Okay, Brad is look. I'm thinking of just getting it anyway, because getting anything later for it is probably going to be a pain in the butt, because all this has to come from overseas. But I was just wondering if filament sensors were either at worst a waste of money, or rather were they at worst a waste of money, or perhaps do they get in the way? Do they cause a problem with the print or anything like that? Obviously not. They just at worst they're just not going to help you that much, right?
So you're saying it's not worth the extra investment, not unless they lower the price a lot.
Nemo sounds like he thinks it's not, but Brad says to get it. I see what Brad's saying.
Okay, but he's also saying if you don't have a filament sensor and the filament runs out, your print's not going to finish. And then he says you can fix that.
Yeah, what does he mean by that?
I was thinking you can or can't. Oh, ouch.
And then you kind of just wasted a bunch of filament.
Did you see Mel's talking about, can you look up the, what is it, Geetek A20M?
Sure, I'll pull it up.
Geetek.
All right, Cura tells you how, Cura tells you how much it will use on a project, but you will not know exactly how much is on the roll when it gets low. I'll pull up the A20M. Let's see.
No, he's saying can't. So once you run out and it's done, you've lost that print.
Yeah. But honestly, I would think that if you had that small of a build area, I don't think you would probably, you'd be able to kind of keep a good eye on it. I mean, regardless of what you say, you will be watching that printer for the first few weeks. You'll be sitting there watching it print.
Oh, sure. I mean, of course I will. Of course I will in the beginning. But it might be nice to just set it and
forget it. Yep.
What kind of printer do you use, Brad? This looks pretty sharp. What Mel's talking about.
So listen, TXR's drone guy also just said you have to start the print over without a filament sensor. So look, I kind of wonder if it's just worth it $20.
Thanks, Mike.
Just for the sake of literally, if it saves you even a couple times because you didn't have enough, then you just saved money on filament, right?
You can use some of your spin up money, John.
Prusa has 24/7 support.
Well, I mean, with all the savings I'm going to get from the filament sensor of not screwing up my prints, maybe I'll be able to make it spin up.
Oh, the A20 has those sensors.
The A20. Okay, so we're looking at this A20M here. This looks pretty sweet.
That's a dual extruder.
Dual extruder. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I mean, I got the idea, but
are you envious or not?
It's got a nice big print area.
It's got a big bed on it, man. You can lay a lot of stuff on that bed.
Yeah, look at that.
2-stroke.
Yep. You could lay the Strude to that, man.
I guess they've got it in all different kinds of warehouses and stuff. Very interesting. See, I haven't heard of this one, so I'll do a little research into this one before making.
What did Brad say? Oh, Brad uses. What does Brad use? Without a filament sensor, but I do own an artillery Sidewinder X1 with a sensor.
Yeah, I've heard of the artillery. I heard that one's pretty good. I watched the Frankly Built, the guy that I talked about last time that had done all the Iron Man stuff, he done a review on one of those. And actually, John, he said that one, he was up and printing in like no time on that one. Like way less than...
On the G-Tech?
No, the artillery sidewinder.
Oh, the artillery sideliner. Okay.
Yes.
Right, but Brad.
These are brands I've never even heard of tonight, so I'm gonna definitely do a little more research before I pull in.
Brad prints a lot of different stuff, though, doesn't he? Like he does like etchings and like what all? Wasn't that Brad that printed the stuff down there in Florida?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Brad is saying a
he's
standard
got a
roll of
laser
filament
printer,
is
too.
1 kilogram. Yeah, Brad is saying a standard roll of filament is generally 1 kilogram. Yeah, so that's another thing. I was wondering, any of you guys know if Prusament filament is good or not? I know I asked Marcel, off-axis FPV, if he likes Prusament, and he does. He says the Prusament is really, really good. Just wondering if anybody in the chat might have used Prusament and could...
Oh, I'm glad you said that too. Everybody, if you know Marcel, get over to his channel or get over to his Facebook page and wish him well. And until you brought his name up, I had completely forgotten. I had invited him to come on this week, and he informed me that he had to go get some surgery done today. So hopefully everything went well, and he's all good and well. And so everybody go wish him some well, and he can get mad at me for giving that out. I don't care, but as long as he feels better, that's all that matters.
I did not know that. I'm glad you mentioned it, man.
Yes, the laser engraver was used for the cork coasters. Isn't there an all-in-one thing out now that does like engraving, printing, etching? I can't remember what the name of it is. It's on Facebook sometimes. That does everything. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
I know printermods.com is working on something where you can change out the whole hot end. I don't know if you could like take it you just take it and like lift it off.
I think this would just shift the heads or something.
I don't know.
Kind of like remember those old ball typewriters? So it would like rotate around. Yeah, they have some units that do all three things. I can't remember what the name of it is though.
So AZ Drone Dude was just saying that always buy Prusament. They are great and cheap, shipped from Romania. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting decision for me because, you know, like I said, my main hobby is the drone stuff, and I just don't see myself necessarily going too far down the hole of printing. Like Nemo, you love the 3D printing stuff. You absolutely love it.
I do.
You are doing more 3D printing today than you are doing drone stuff, honestly.
That is very true. Very true.
You printed a hell of a what do you call it?
Iron Man?
Iron Man head. Yeah. You should show everybody the Iron Man head that you
ever heard of
printed.
Hatchbox?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop my screen share so Nemo can show us his Iron Man head because this is really cool.
His Iron Man head.
Yeah. No, seriously, look at this. This is amazing.
I am Iron Man.
Now, see, you were speaking about stuff like bigger prints.
Yeah.
I had to cut this in sections. You can see right here where it's cut, like on top. Like I had to print this back, all this as one piece, and then make this as another piece. And inside, you I don't know if you can see that, but you melt it together. It's called plastic welding. I mean, I never knew it was called such a thing, but there are videos out there to do that. I did have to print this all one piece. That's the mask. And it looks rough now because I've been sanding on it to get it smooth for primer. But, yeah, I've always wanted to do this, too, by the way. So,
are you going to build a full suit?
I actually, when you talk about that, goes back to the whole thing about the build volume, and I'd like to do that, but I would have to upgrade, get the ender extender and make the bed twice as big to do that, where I could print bigger pieces. But I would really like to do that though. That would be yeah, maybe that's gonna happen in the future. I want to get this one done and see how the paint and all that stuff is, but it's cool. It's really cool. It's fun.
Super cool. Super cool.
Nice.
Okay. I didn't mean to do it. Was everybody kind of just went when I threw this up here? I'm like, But then when you throw him a link to come in, he always says, "You don't want a naked fat man on the show." Like, why do you think I sent you the link? That link is an example of a 3-in-1. Oh, the link up here. This one. Oh yeah, Snapmaker. What was that? Oh yeah, was it Glowforge? Glowforge is one of them. Snapmaker, yeah.
Steve is saying, I hope you all know these 3D printers are sucking up all the power out of California. No wonder we're having a brownout. That's funny.
Well, we haven't bought our 3D printing yet. We haven't. Wait, if you're actually,
I'm not contributing at all yet.
Yeah, we don't have one. I don't have one. Chris doesn't have one. Nemo's trying to make up for all of us.
I'm in North Carolina. It's all good.
There we go.
And then once you do that, you get all, you start printing, and then start making stuff. That's when you go back to the drone stuff. I mean, I think this is just like, it's turned out great. And this was printed,
man.
This was printed with using Bowden tube. That's TPU.
You mean the ducks?
Everything. Well, this piece up here.
Yeah.
Like the camera plate.
Yeah.
And the ducts. Yep. They're all TPU. And that was on an Ender 3 with Bowden tube. That is a slammed squirt, which I need to get some new motors, but this is going to be, I think it just looks awesome. I just love it.
So the base plate is carbon fiber?
Yeah, let me.
Okay.
I'll take
I kind of want to see that.
But so you said TPU for the camera mount, but not PLA.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It flexes. You want some kind of flex in it.
Yeah, because imagine you're crashing, right? You don't want plastic that's just going to snap and break. You want it to be soft and squishy.
Yes.
You want it to absorb some of that impact and not fall apart.
You always think I ask questions because I don't know. Sometimes I do it just so that you can give information out to the audience.
Oh, okay.
PLA is like, it's like hard plastic. Like, see,
there we go. Yes. See, look.
This is PLA.
Yes, there it is.
Yep.
We have chat interaction. Yes.
PLA is brittle.
This is the Squirt V2 frame, and that's all it is. It's just got the standoffs and stuff, and this is the TPU part of it. It's turned out great. All on a Bowden tube. I mean, that's all it is.
Carbon fiber
and to get this, the frame itself is like, I want to say like $34 just for the plate. You have this and a top plate and the standoffs, and they wanted, I think it's like some places charge like, I think I paid $40 or something, $50 for the last ducks that I had.
Did you see this? The bed itself is like a long belt, so you can just print out like a sword or something, I guess.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I think Creality has one like that. I can't remember, but I think I saw somebody printing on that, and that was like, it was like super long, but it like rolled kind of like a conveyor belt. It would print, but it would come like down like this. I don't know.
This is like an extruder in a factory, man. Ever been?
Yeah.
Just like, that's exactly what it is. I mean, that's where technically I would think 3D printing came from, was just those old extruders. Like a place I grew up in Southwest Virginia, there was factories like that everywhere. And they literally would have people on 12-hour shifts just tailing those machines, pulling out like, what I'm wanting to say, like vinyl banding and stuff for, different things, car doors, refrigerator doors, whatnot, that kind of thing.
they've actually 3D printed a house.
They have.
Yeah, it's kind of
My
cool
God.
because they're using like a nozzle, and they're having the concrete come in and lay it down like lines.
Oh,
I think
wow.
that's
I
awesome.
saw that. Yep.
Wow.
Very interesting. 3D printed homes.
Mhm.
I'm looking at this. You
It's
can
true.
get steel nozzles and print carbon fiber.
It's carbon. Yeah, actually, Ethan sent me some parts before that were printed in that stuff.
Ooh.
Well, he told me he had gotten off work and he was heading home. Sorry, but I was like, "We're still on. We're still on." But I don't think he's going to come in. It was worth a try. So, okay, what have we covered? We've talked about a lot of 2 or 3 new printers tonight, right? And we've figured out that we really need to get Brad on for a 3D print show, and somewhere in the future. Can you imagine having him, Gary, and Ethan on the same show? Me and John would just be fielding questions all night.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely look into some of the new
Okay,
printers that I learned about tonight. And, you know, I'm definitely going to get one. I'm definitely going to get one for sure. I'm just still not completely sure which one I'm going to get. You know I'm leaning toward the Prusa, though. You know, I've been leaning toward the Prusa since I saw it. Simply because, well, first of all, I do like the size. And I tell you what, I wish that Creatility made a mini-size printer. Because I don't need a big one. I really don't.
Could you?
I think they make a CR10 mini, but I think that's is about the same size.
But
as,
could you? Is it going to be strong enough to? Okay, he was talking about a mixture. You said, yeah, you understood that. Would it be strong enough to print a frame?
They've done like toothpick frames, and like there's actually what's that little one that runs on an 18650 battery? What is that one called, John?
Gee,
You know which one I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, they're like the
little.
It's the Recon 3. The Recon 3.
Yeah. That actually was on that. The file for that is on Thingiverse. So,
It is, and you know what? The bottom, I have it, and that bottom bit that goes on it will easily snap and break. So if it's not a very durable model, I'm actually kind of worried about crashing it. I actually have the Recon 3, and I'm kind of working on doing a video about that thing. But you're right. It's got 3D printed parts. The entire bottom cage is 3D printed, and you have to be careful because it will break easily.
Oh, okay, like a treadmill. So just kind of.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, you'd have to kind of like have a runoff belt or something, and let it run something else on it. I don't know, but you
I
could
wonder if
technically.
I wonder
ahead.
if you could use the like a Raspberry Pi with the Prusa. I would say you probably.
Okay,
you
now
probably-
here's something else. You see, we've thrown out all kinds of different names and stuff, and what we're talking about is does a Raspberry Pi add cost? Is it an add-on or an update? Right. Yeah, you see him nodding his head. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
So that each time we add an update, we need to explain what it is.
I'm sure it doesn't add up all the way to
What is
how
a
much
Raspberry
the Prusa
Pi?
Mini costs.
What is a Raspberry Pi?
It's basically like a mini computer that you put Octoprint on, and you can control like.
Kind of that little panel off to the right there.
Yes. You can control all that stuff. You can like adjust your Z axis up and down. You can adjust the temperature of the bed, temperature of your nozzle. You can do.
Wait a
all
minute, no
kinds of
damn
stuff.
Prusa. What's he saying? No damn Prusa.
Joe Chansa does not like the Prusa, obviously. I can see that. I tell you what,
Okay, but Raspberry
I tell you what,
Pi
the Ender 3 community, they are some of the most passionate people about their printer that I've ever seen. I will give you guys that. The Ender 3 guys, there's a serious amount of passion in the group that loves the Ender 3. That's for sure. And I don't know if that's just. I think that's just because when you get it, it's like a canvas in a way. There's all this stuff that you can do to it to make it better, and the people who get really, really into it, I get it. It becomes theirs. It's not just a printer that you buy off the shelf. It's yours. You made it.
Look,
Yeah,
we
that
know
carbon-
we know a couple of guys of 3D folks who print stuff for the FPV community too.
you see the carbon fiber stuff. It'll wear out your nozzle real bad. It's
That
like
makes
a
sense.
oh
Ron
look,
finally made it home. See, you're on the show
Hey, Ron.
together. You're on
That's
the
true,
show
that's
together.
true.
You're on the
That's
show
true.
together.
Yeah, for me, I'm not super interested in like printing carbon fiber or anything like that. I just want to do very basic kind of stuff. I want to do PETG. I want to do PLA for the odd thing that I might make for around the house or something like that. And I would like to do the TPU, obviously, because that's the stuff that I need.
A quick
for the
interjection
drones.
of other drone news. Micro drone is dead.
Oh,
It is gone.
wow.
The campaign is no more. And Sean called him out today live, and he was like, "Oh, it's because of coronavirus. It's because of this. It's because of that. It's because of everything. But I don't want to get nobody's money back.
Hmm.
It was all gone on future micro drones that will never come to pass." Anyway,
You know,
that's my
John,
opinion.
Mel makes
This
a
is just
funny point
my
saying,
opinion. John, Chris, nor Nemo have any opinions like this. This is just me.
Mel makes a funny thing, a good point saying, we all started wanting basic. So if I were to get the Prusa Mini printer though, it's still a good printer. It's still a good printer. I'm not saying I might not get another printer in the future. Would I be paying more money to have two printers? Yeah, but why not? Why not have two printers? So I wouldn't consider it to be that big.
I
of a
want to
loss.
be kind of in the middle when I start out. I want and really and truthfully, I like the fact that the Prusa is more, I don't know, set up from the get go.
out of the box, right?
Right, but the fact that the Ender is much cheaper and the updates are not that expensive, and you've got the larger print area to begin with. I also understand that I do believe you can get self-leveling apparatus for the Ender 3 as well.
The BL Touch, right?
So there's.
Ethan swears by that. He does. He says it's great.
But Ethan has mastered the Ender 3 though.
What is it? What's great? What's great? The what? What's great?
The BL Touch.
You mean the Bill Touch? The Bill Touch. Of course, the Bill Touch is great.
No, not the Bill. The BL.
No, it's the Bill Touch. It's the Bill Touch. We all know it's the Bill Touch. Anyway.
But, just something John said earlier, he's like, he wants to just get it to print, things. Yeah, John, it all starts that way.
Would this cause a problem? If you start making popcorn while you're running the print, will it kick the circuit?
I don't eat popcorn.
Popcorn's good for you. You should.
I'm just kidding.
It's really high in fiber, man. It's good for fleshing you out, especially when you get older.
Brad is saying the Prusa Mini or the Ender 3 V2, but that the printer that Mel suggested as well is a good one too. So they're all good in their own way. I do like the size though of the Mini. I will say that. It's a nice, easy size. I can actually literally put it right here on my desk next to me if I want to. I've got plenty of free space.
I'm going to look into that G-Tech too.
I am going to look into that.
See, John, here's the thing, and this is what Ethan was trying to get across, and so was I, is that the natural progress that we've talked about, drones, then getting into FPV. Mm-hmm. You're probably not just going to get it and just I'm not going to do anything to it. You're going to print a lot more than you think, and that's what it's kind of like future proofing, but the upgrades is something that you will end up doing it. Well, it's just the way it goes, and when you start doing research and you see how easy it is, it's like, you build quads. There's no doubt in my mind that, a quick YouTube video will have you doing anything that anybody else can do. I know you'll grasp that, but it's like a quad kind of. You want to get it, and when you get it, you're like, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to add this to it, and then I can do this. Oh, that looks neat. I mean, you can
Absolutely.
look at that. I've got stuff. I mean, I've just printed out so much stuff for it. It's insane.
Oh no!
Right.
See,
and you guys are trying to prevent me from necessarily having to buy twice, in a sense, right? Like,
Yes.
you guys think that I might get the Prusa Mini and be like, oh, this is cool, and then I'm printing, and then you guys feel like I might become frustrated with the fact that it does have such a limited print bed size, and
here's
then I
something.
might be regretting, oh, I wish I did see that, the Voxelab.
What about clones?
Oh, wait a minute.
What about
I want to say
clones?
something about that because I was thinking, John. See, when Ethan and John and I have our own little thing going, and we talk.
Yeah, all the
And
time.
the whole thing about clones came up, and I'm thinking, man, there's that Box Lab is $179. It's an Ender 3 V2 clone. But John wants to go with the brand name Prusa and spend all this money, and I'm like, but he'll buy a clone off of Amazon. I'm like, John, what are you doing? I think you know what? I think he's just playing a game. He's probably already got an Ender 3 somewhere, and he's just fine tuning it, and then he's going to pop out and say, "Oh, hi guys," because
I just got it out of the box, man.
Yeah. Look at this Iron Man helmet.
Yeah, man. First print. Oh, one print, man. One print.
So look, the Voxelab might look. If I were to get the Prusa, and I really like how that goes, and I want to expand, then I would actually be kind of ready to buy something like the Voxelab, and then I wouldn't be spending that much money over again to buy this. You know what I mean?
Or you could learn to crawl before you walk and go the opposite way. Get the cheaper clone. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. You're gonna want more. I guarantee you. You.
We'll see, because you know what? The drones, man. The drone hobby. Look, there are only so many hobbies one can have in their life.
You're paying for his name, man.
And
You're paying for his name.
Paying for the Prusa name.
You're paying for his name. Period, man. You're paying for his name.
One person can only have so many hobbies, right? And not just besides the drone stuff. I'm the tech guy. I'm managing all the devices in the house and all this crap. When I had an opportunity to get a NAS, okay? Oh no, I'm not stuck on buying a name.
Yeah, Geeks want a tagged in mail.
I'm not stuck on buying a name. I don't know. Look, if the G thingy can give me what the Prusa gives me, then
the G
tech, the G thingy. If that can give me what the Prusa gives me, then...
Oh, look at that! Did you see what? Whoa! Look at that.
What's the discount on the Prusa clone? What's the discount?
Wait! Can you get it for review?
Oh! There you go. Just got this in for review. It's the
Prusa clone.
It's the Brusa, the Banggood Prusa.
It's the Brosa. It's
The
the Brosa.
My hobby is collecting hobbies. Yeah.
See, that kind of goes back to what I was saying. What me and Ethan are kind of doing is like, when I got it, I just wanted to print some TPU stuff for drones. That's all I got it for. And now it's like, you'll be in the bathroom and you'll look and be like, oh, I could make a little thing right there to make that easier. And then you go and design something and print it out. And it's super easy. Prusa Air 2 heads.
Oh, Patrick is funny. It'll come smashed in a box with black moles growing on it. So I'll give a little context to this. Patrick's FPV X8 2020 literally came in a smashed up box with mold growing in it from Banggood. Literally, he's got a video up on his channel of the FPV in the box has black mold on it. He nicknamed it the fungus because of that incident. And here's the shocking thing: if the moldy wet drone box wasn't enough, Banggood fully refunded him. Fully refunded. Didn't have to send the drone back. So I mean, 2 shockers in one.
Well, wow, we've definitely had a fun and eventful evening, and I think that Nemo needs to call it an evening and head it in to go build toy airplanes tomorrow.
More 3D prints.
Oh, I'm putting something on before I go to bed.
Well, no, so we're coming to the stage of where I get to do my rant, but it's an updated rant because in the meantime I did some checking since I was pissed off earlier. But
All right, guys, I gotta go. I'm going to bed now. I'm feeling very sleepy.
Oh, everybody's leaving and going to bed now? Okay, bye.
I am. Hey,
I'm just messing, Bill, because you're about to start your rant. So I had to.
I was gonna let him say his good evenings.
No, Nemo does have to go though.
It's always good to come in here and talk with these guys. Bill, Chris, John, Ethan, Ron, everybody, and get in the chat, and it's just awesome. More FPV and more 3D stuff, and I'm all about it, guys.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
Thanks for having me.
We're gonna get Brad in here too sometime, and we'll have to make sure that Ethan can get off to be in here because I think that would be the ultimate print night.
The ultimate print night.
That's what we'll call it. Ultimate print night. Or Ultimate Print Wars or something like that.
Well, when I have questions, I go straight to Ethan.
Oh no, we could like dress up in face paint like the Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Print Wars, yeah.
And Ethan recommends the Ender 3 Pro, which I have Ethan's prints and they're all top notch. Everything Ethan has printed for me is top notch.
And many people have purchased Ethan's prints.
That's true.
Anyway, I have quite a few of them myself.
Ethan is man, Ron. Ethan is man. Glad you noticed. So, is the man. Yes. But hey, if it wasn't for Ken's marketing, and Ethan will tell you that Ken is an incredible marketer. So the combination is working very well for the two of them. Yes. And since nobody watches this, nobody knows.
All right, guys.
All right.
See you next time.
Nemo, you take care, buddy.
All right. Have a good night. Later.
Yeah, good information.
Later. Oh, yeah. Okay, so can I do my rant now or not?
No.
Ran on.
I'm torn in two.
Well, it's 2-1, so rant away.
Wait. 2-1. It's not 2-1. I said, can I? I was asking permission. But since you're going to say it that way, then yes, I will give myself permission. Anyway, we farted around like everybody did. And we can't find anywhere to go on vacation until the last minute. So we're going to go to San Juan Island, which is up above us. You can watch orcas swimming, and there's a whale museum, and there's places I can actually fly the drone. So we were going to get us a place to stay up there. We're going to take the dogs, but we wanted to be able to go one day and not have to have the dogs in tow, because first off, the place that we rented is supposed to be dog friendly. But here's the dog friendly part. They're allowed to sleep with us in the room, but anytime we leave, we're supposed to either take them with us or leave them in the car. So I'm thinking that's not very dog friendly. So anyway, but even though under those circumstances, I still have to pay an extra $100 per night for my dog to stay at this place. But that's not the funny part that I'm ranting about. Okay, so we looked for one day. We wanted one place that we were going to put our dogs in daycare. And the one place that was most highly recommended, we print out the brochure that tells you the agreement that you're making with them. And it tells you that they have playtime for the dogs. But here's the wording exactly. It says playtime agreement. I further understand and agree that said place, I'm not going to say their name, at its discretion can exercise my dog with other dogs. Now that's number one. Number two, I understand that there are inherent risks and liabilities with playtime, such as the risk that dogs may fight. I will hold said company harmless for any injury that might result during playtime. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, I'm forfeiting my ability to tell you, no, you can't let my dog play with other dogs. But then in the meantime, if my dog gets hurt while you've decided to let them play with other dogs, I can't hold you responsible? What's wrong with this picture? So anyway, and here's the thing. And if God forbid my tiny little wiener dog would be to injure someone or cause damage to anything during said playtime that I didn't even approve of, then I got to pay for everything. Now, is that not BS or what?
Oh yeah. Look, there's just a lot of contracts out there that are completely and totally unenforceable. They write stuff like that in hopes that if something does happen, that you'll just think, oh, well, I signed this, so I can't do anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Wait a minute. I went to the doctor and told him my shoulder was in pain. I was just grabbing it and holding it, and then they put me to sleep and woke up and they redid my knee, and he still sent me a bill. I'm just like, what? I'm like, wait a minute. You can decide what time to get a dog sitting? Yeah, well, I think the thing about it is I totally get these people, like John was saying, they're just trying to make people scared of, but I've read the reviews. The place is owned by a veterinarian, and the whole point is there was a lady that had dogs just 4 months ago. She explained to the owner of the place that they had separation anxiety, and the lady took the dogs in the house with herself and then rubbed them and everything. So I don't have any doubt that these people would be nice to them. But somebody has been very mean to these people in the past. So they've thought they've had to write something up this super scary, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that stuff has happened, Bill. I'm sure that stuff has happened to them.
Wait.
And I see it as more of just an awareness thing that, yeah, obviously you can sue them if something happens. You can sue somebody for anything, right?
Yeah. But I just thought it was funny. But
it is good. It is good in the sense, though, that they really make it up front that your dog is going to be with other dogs. It's not going to be a dedicated kind of thing. And there's always that possibility that something can happen. Like, if you're putting your dog with other dogs, of course there's that possibility. There's that risk element. So
Chris Hope will watch your dog for free. Did you see this?
There you go. Chris will do it.
Did you see
exactly.
this, Brad? Oh, now I'm jealous.
Good,
I'm jealous. He's all up in your messenger now.
Well, we're gonna do a little 3D printer talking. We're already friends on Facebook. Excellent. I was wondering to see if we were.
What? Wait a minute. You had to go check? Oh wow. Oh wow. And we saw that live, folks. We saw that live.
That's a friend.
Well, no, it's not like
it
was a joke. It was a joke. Don't anybody take that John's a bad guy. John's not a bad guy. Just
Terrible.
like everybody knows,
Bill's
everybody
terrible.
should know that Geeksvana gives John hell, but he will tell you straight up that John's one of the most underrated creators on YouTube. Here's the crazy thing, and if y'all don't realize it, John's got over 2 million views, man. And he's only got like 4,000 subscribers. I'm like, everybody goes to him for information. But they don't stick around. I'm like, you assholes. But you come back every week, don't you? You come back every week for a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And then you just go, no, I'm not going to subscribe. I'm not. But I'll come back next week and watch what he's put out. Anyway. I know.
I'm in the chat. I'm in the chat. I'm looking. I'm trying to keep up with everybody.
I have
here.
2 wiener dogs. I have 2 piebald dachshunds.
I've got 4, so we'll put 2 together and make 6.
All right, man. Or do you have piebalds?
No piebalds. I got one chocolate and 3 Chiweenies.
Oh, cool. I don't know if
no dogs here, just cats. So I don't have this dog problem.
We know you love pussy.
Cats are great. Cats are really great because you can leave cats with a bowl of water and some food for a few days, and it's all good, man. That's what they're the best. They practically take care of themselves as long as you just have someone who can go over and check on them.
Yeah, but the thing about a cat, at least a dog, you can tell when he's better. A cat can just be sitting there licking its paw and just reach over and slap the shit out of it.
Mine doesn't. Mine all like me.
That doesn't. I know. I mean,
I could bring Nissan in here right now, and you would probably melt.
You know, and I swear he looks at me and goes, "What? What? There was a fly on your head."
No,
give me that look. You know,
this is actually a big thing because we were considering getting a dog when we moved in, and I said, if we're getting a dog, then you need to. I'm not doing all the work involved.
John, bring the
because I don't want to have to be walking it all the time and all this other crap. Dog's huge responsibility. It is. It really is. It's much different than a cat. And then every time we go away somewhere, it's gonna be an issue because you can't just do that. Which you have now, but you love your doggos.
Well,
so
no,
that's okay.
I see your point there, but like.
I was just hardline about it. I'm like,
I had to get. I have to get up like at 7 o'clock the other day and take him to the vet's because he was going in for his 6-month checkup. But the rest of the time, excuse me, I think a pet, no matter whether it's a cat, a dog, a guinea pig, a squirrel, a parakeet, is something that everybody needs. Because it's just one of them. It's
nice.
Yeah, it's just one of them. Because they always give you the truly unconditional love. It's not like, and even if they don't want to give it, you can kind of get that unconditional love. Come here, and they're just like, okay, fine, I'm not getting away. I'll just stay here.
Yeah.
Anyway, wait a minute, we're really off the track here. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't you like?
Yeah, I love dogs. They're great pets, but. Just not for me. Not for me.
Wait a minute. Pretty much cats suck. You can leave them alone.
15-year commitments for a dog.
So not all cats have this. Not all cats are the same, man. A lot of people have a bad experience with one cat and think that all cats are like that.
Oh, good. This is cool. Cats are an extension of your humanity. That's
true.
Cool.
They are.
Very cool. Very cool. We've had an interesting discussion tonight. 1 second. Okay, John's going to run away. So what do we want to say about John? Because he took his earbuds out.
I don't know, Sean, you still in the chat?
Who all still in the chat? Who?
If Sean's still in the chat, he'll say something.
Sean.
He's fine.
I think Gon's gone to bed. He's gone on to bed. He ain't said nothing in a while.
Shoot, I don't blame you.
Yeah, because I think it's like 4 in the morning over there.
John got talking about his cat to go get it.
Yeah, that's probably it. But John's cat's huge, man. I mean, it's massive. It's a big old kitty. Oh, no, that's the other one. There's like 2 or 3 of them. How many cats do you have?
2. We have 2.
Like the fuzzy one's humongous. Not that one's small.
Yeah, the white one is the fluffy one. He's gotten pretty big now. He's gotten pretty big. Oh,
yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's the thing. Yeah, that's what pets do. That's what helps. Yes, Brad. Thank you very much, sir. We will be getting in touch with you hopefully to come on in the near future.
See, Brad.
It sounds to me like we would have an extremely good show. That we could. We really need to make sure that Ethan can be on that night too. That sounds like a great connection. Maybe he even knows it. Oh, Chris has got a bail too.
I got a roll, guys.
We're at 7 o'clock too, man. It's already about that time. And it looks like that John needs some alone time anyway. So I'm going to let Chris say his good evenings first, folks. Chris is saying bye. Bye.
Take care, everybody. We'll see y'all somewhere. Y'all have a good week. Stay hydrated. If you live in the South.
You take care, Chris.
Be safe. Thank you,
Take
Chris.
care, John. See you, Bill.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
buddy. See you.
Hey, John.
Guys, you take care. The chat was great tonight. You guys are all awesome. I definitely have some more to think about with my 3D printer. And I hope everybody... The Gee thingy.
Gee-tech.
We will see. We will see. I mean, I definitely have some more things to look into because I'm looking to... As soon as I get the FEMI mini refund, I'm gonna try to get something. So
Oh, the See Me Mini refund. Well, that's
the
what I'm saying.
refund.
Maybe they will send you a printer to try. I would just say, hey, what about 3D printers? I know y'all got plenty of those over there. And just drop me one of them.
Printers.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. All right, and next week we'll be doing. I got to get with Ron Lockwood, hopefully, because I think he's going to tap. We're going to do because next week is a Support Your Local Drone channel, and then we got one extra Wednesday. And Ron and I were talking about we're either just going to do something. We may just do a drone table, or we'll do a highlight of Support Your Local Drone channel. Either way. I do believe next week we're going to have Ron Lockwood on, and Ron's going to choose his 20 channels for Support Your Local Drone channel. So that's what we're kind of doing now. We're inviting on other guests to give us channels that they look at so that we can introduce everyone out there to new channels that they might not know about and they might not have seen. So with that being said, we will see everyone next week. And let me get this logged up. Oh, live long and prosper.